You know, parents are trying to figure out what to do with their kids again this morning in the Chicago public school system because the teacher strike enters day 2. Now, we've heard that the pay issue is pretty much worked out, but it is a big problem for the teachers about how they're going to be evaluated in this new contract. Well, let's talk to one of the teachers. Joining me on the phone is Lindsay Thalheimer, who is basically a new teacher in Chicago, and she's been on the front lines of the strike lines. Lindsay, good morning to you. Are you ready for day 2 of being on the picket line?
Ready. We've already been out here for 2 hours, and it's a very exciting morning for us. We're very amped up from yesterday's rally downtown, so we're definitely feeling good this morning.
You know, I bet that for you, there is a tug of war going on inside. Your morale is up to be with your fellow union members, but you also must see your kids not in class.
It's a really awesome. I mean, I started my job last Thursday because it takes so long sometimes to get staffed. I started on Thursday. I haven't met my students. I'm a special education teacher, and in order to figure out my schedule, it hasn't even worked out. I don't know my students, and I'm rallying with new teachers, but it's really, really important that we all stand together. But at the same time, none of us want to be out here for a long time. We just want a fair and great opportunity to educate our students in the best way possible.
Okay, so talk to me a little bit about your situation, because we talk about the parent situation and trying to find alternate care for their child. You're a young teacher. You're now making money. Is there a strike fund? Like, how are you going to make your rent?
Well, that's why I've been saving, I suppose. It's my second year teaching, but as I wasn't employed this summer, it was a scary, scary, scary time because I knew that we would most likely be going on strike. It's really just saving and hoping. I mean, it's really just hoping that we're not out here for very long. Support from my friends and family has been really wonderful. Mm-hmm. You know, I mean, even if it's just having my sister pay for my dinner for a night, you know, it all helps. But it's not what we're thinking about at this time either. I mean, we are doing this for a cause, and I think we know that the longer we're out here and the better we represent ourselves and show how much we're really doing this for our students and for the future of Chicago Public Schools, you know that it's worth it, and we will be back in school soon enough.
Now, are there what sticking point is the most important to you personally? Now, I know you're not speaking for the union, but I mean for you, which one are you like, oh, I'm really concerned about that one?
Well, evaluation has always really worried me, just being personally a special education teacher. Testing is a really, really, really sticky point when special education, because we're testing students at a grade level that they're not necessarily at. There's no, you know, how are we measuring improvement? It's something that I don't know the answer to. I just know that if we are evaluated based on student progress, it doesn't make sense, and it puts so much pressure on our students. And really, you can see the anxiety and the effect on them. So I think that's really the biggest thing for me. I just want to make sure that testing doesn't become something that is so prevalent that our students are getting this test anxiety, which is becoming more and more and more common as we put more of an emphasis on testing.
Now, take me through a day on the picket line. Like, I'm sure you learned a lot yesterday. What are the picket line how-tos and no-tos?
It was really interesting yesterday. I had no idea what to expect. You know, I got there, I put my sign on, I was decked out in red. We had some veterans. None of our teachers have been on strike before because the last one was 25 years ago, but we had some people who really just took a stand and were leaders and taught us a chance. It was interesting. Yesterday at our school, we only have 25 staff members at my particular school, plus we have another school on our campus, so there are probably about 50 of us. And it was interesting because we feel like we're not very visible, but at the same time, now we're at this corner on the south side, and every person who goes by us is honking their horn. We rarely get a thumbs down. I mean, we've gotten a few of those, but it's really rare. It feels so supportive. It's amazing. And yesterday was what inspired all of us to really step it up today. It was incredible seeing that many people, not just teachers. There were pilots, there were firemen, there were policemen. Everyone was just so supportive because we're all, you know, unionized workers, and it's a really amazing feeling, especially as a young person, I think, because I'm supporting something that, you know, it's still new to me. So I'm really,
Lindsay,
it's exciting.
Lindsay, I wish you luck in your school year, and you know, in your teaching career overall. And thank you so much for speaking with us. So Lindsay's a relatively new teacher. I think she taught 1 year before this and got to work one day before the strike started. So I wanted to give you the teacher's point of view.